So Geetha, you're a total authority on bots and AI and have overseen many very successful digital transformations. So your PMI Future 50 actually focuses a lot on that. So on bots and AI, where do you see that fitting in with projects and programs going forward?
Right. So in my own experience, as you can see, I am I am running project AI related projects, right? Not necessarily AI for project management. I help organizations to implement their AI, machine learning, and automation projects, right? That's my experience. So far, I can see that this is something that I strongly believe that there will be more organizations that embark on AI projects, right? AI projects to use, on how they use AI technologies, machine learning technologies to automate and improve their services. So this is for sure, this is coming, right? And I think project managers should be open to embrace these kinds of, new opportunities to be able to, ride the wave. And coming back to your of other perspective of AI for project management, I do believe that there is a very good potential to automate, or intelligently let the let our machines intelligently run our follow-ups, our WBS, all the stuff that can be automated, that does not really need a human intelligence, and that can free up our time, free up the time of the project managers and the project stakeholders to focus on communication, on collaboration, and tackling our risks better, putting more time and effort on our risk management better instead of having to follow up. But if, from experience, I can surely tell you that a project manager's role is more of a coordinator's role. Yes. It doesn't matter, the value of your project. You can run billion-dollar projects, but you will, end up realizing that most of your work is coordination and following up and so on. So if you take that part out, and automate it, then I think the program managers can focus on more strategic things rather than tactical things.
Right. Just an off-the-cuff question there. Have you used Microsoft Project online or on-prem? Yeah. What do you think of that technology? Is it enough, or do you think it has a long way to go still?
No, that's sorry to say that. However, efficient it is. I think that's traditional project management.
Okay.
So by AI, I mean, intelligent follow-ups, predictive, predicting which of the work packages might delay their deliverables based on historical data or based on other critical path, and so that, like, for example, let's take an example here. And so you have a project with a program with 5 work packages, right? And one of it is heavily reliant on, procurement. So they have to procure a lot of the, things for your project. And now in the COVID situation, you can roughly say which are the countries, get affected, whose deliveries might get affected, in this situation. And these are the things, along with human intelligence, if you incorporate, machine learning or machine intelligence, these are the things that can, machines that are AI, that artificial intelligence can inform or intelligently, proactively inform us that sometimes human intelligence misses, or for example.
Yeah, right. Yes. So there's a long way to go, basically. And like you said, project managers and program managers in future need to be open to embracing new ways of working and, I guess, like optimizing their organizations. So maybe you can give us some future predictions. What do you think the industry is going to look like going forward, either project management industry or just companies at large?
Right. I recently did a small research on, what COVID has done for us. What are the opportunities that come with COVID? And despite all the negativity surrounding COVID, it has opened up a lot of opportunities for us. So there is a study which says that COVID has expedited digital transformation by 5.3 years, right? Yes, so it has, this research says that COVID has broken down all our previous inhibitors, and all the naysayers have been quietened now. And then we are running BCP on this large scale. Who would have thought 10 months ago that we are going to have a business continuity where everyone works from home, and not all industries, but most industries were able to manage remotely, right?
Yeah.
And so this is an example, and this not just this study, there looked at other studies as well, from other top consultant companies, and they all say that this is a once in a decade opportunity for us, and that companies will be investing more in digital transformation initiatives, in ensuring that they prepare for such similar force majeure activities, and such force majeure events, and they will invest more in digital technologies like AI, 5G, and blockchain. And these are not new technologies, except for say for 5G. The other technologies like AI is not new. But what they are saying is that companies will invest more in these technologies, and then then there'll be more startups that are coming up to provide solutions for this, and then we can for sure expect a faster transformation.
Yeah.
Companies have to be prepared for this, and those who will be able to adapt to this transformation will be the ones that survive. And
I read something somewhere today earlier that I think someone from Atlassian was saying that digital transformations as like singular projects are going to become less and less the norm, and it will just be a continual like change basically, because there are too many disadvantages to suddenly like introducing something new, like your people in your organization just like floundering to chase up and catch up with the new way of working. And and obviously with COVID, like it's been a rude shock to so many companies. So I wonder, do you agree with that view that these sorts of digital changes are going to be more on a rolling basis rather than now and then 6 months time, another one?
Totally. I think the now already came, the now already came in March when the global pandemic was announced.
Okay.
And that was the now, if in my opinion, right? But after that, as you can see, it is all like, don't we take it week by week? Don't we take our life week by week? We always used to plan, I have to do this in 6 months, I have to do, but now it's all sometimes day by day. And and we can see that in work as well. And and I think that we can already see that the now came, and then after that it's like it's an iterative thing. You go along the flow, try to step out, have us try to get back to normal life, and then when the cases rises, or a social distancing and stay home practices, and continue to work. I don't know if a vaccine will fix this, and I don't know if a vaccine will change people's mentality, but I think we're all now accustomed to this new norm, and it will be iterative. It's going to be iterative and case by case. Definitely. I think we have to be we have to adopt to this. And like I briefly mentioned earlier about this fail fast. So when we did this AI program, our senior management was okay for us to fail, So that's a big deal, isn't it? Which project, when you start a project, they say it's okay to fail. No, but they were, because it was a research initiative aligned with our strategy for data as the new oil, and we have not explored much. They were okay for us to fail, but we had to fail fast, learn from that, and to see how we can tweak our product to be able to adopt. And in 6 months down the lane, if it doesn't make sense, scrap it off. Yeah. So I think that will be our approach,
right,
going forward.